morning. Yeah, so it's day 32 of the vlog now. Yeah, obviously, as I was saying today, it's my long day at work, so it's kind of a rest day in terms of any running and stuff. As I said, probably need the day off doing all that anyway. Went shopping last night, went to Tesco. So something I'm going to try tomorrow, going to experiment. May have heard me say the other day my brother likes his Huels. And I've decided, ahead of the training, to buy one myself. So they're essentially like as they call them, a nutritionally complete meal. And they've got all these vitamins and minerals. I mean, I know it's a bit blurry, it's not focusing, but there's a whole long list there that basically says it's really good for you. And I'm going to test that to see how much energy it gives me, because it might be something useful to take when I do my challenge. So maybe the theme today might be, what am I going to take for my challenge? Because I know I've touched on that a little bit before, but obviously soon I need to start planning when I do my training, long marathons and stuff, to carry some bits with me. So yeah, that's the plan today. Other thing I bought, I love kefir. If anyone's ever tried kefir, it's like a fermented food, fermented milk, I believe it is, and that's going to go on the breakfast today. So yeah, looking forward to that, and time to eat it. Hungry. First time I actually think my breakfast looks relatively appealing. Cacao powder, oats, pumpkin seeds, kefir, Weetabix, and a cherry yogurt and milk. Can't wait to eat it. Yeah, no tattoos. To be honest, I used to say I'd definitely never have one, and to be honest, that probably is still the case. But if I was to have a tattoo, what would it be? I'd probably say, and I've said this to my brother actually before, I really like Jerusalem, so from the Royal songs. And there's a line that says, "I will not cease from mental fight, nor shall my sword sleep in my hand." And I think I'd have that. I'd have it written along my arm. And yeah, I'd definitely go for like a lyric-based thing rather than like a name, because in case anything happens, like, I mean, there's people who have had like laser removal because they've put a name of someone and then they're not together anymore. So yeah, it definitely wouldn't be a picture of an animal or anything like that. It'd have to mean something a lot to me. But off the top of my head, if I had to come up with something right now for a tattoo, it would be the lyrics of Jerusalem. So yeah, it's just gone 7 o'clock, and literally just leaving, I found this little 5p coin on the floor. I have to say, I've still not seen one with Charles's head on it yet. So if anyone's got a coin with Charles's head on, let me know, because I still haven't really seen them in circulation. I haven't forgotten as well, I still want to do the coin game. So where basically heads go right or tails you go left, something like that. So I will do that again at some point. But I think today, what we'll do is we'll plan for the perfect ultra. What am I planning to do? Because it's 7 o'clock now, and that's when the ultra marathon, I believe, starts on the day. I'm going to go through what I'm planning to do to try and make sure it's the perfect event. So yeah, let's crack on and explain some ideas I have in mind. So yeah, the first section is what am I going to do pre-event, the morning or the night before as well. So the night before, obviously need to make sure I'm going to get an early night, but I believe the event starts around 7 in the morning the next day. So yeah, I plan to get up around 5 o'clock. Just gives me time then to have breakfast. I think at the moment, based on everything I've been trying with the training, porridge still seems to be the best thing, so I can get some porridge pots and just add some boiling water or something. Nothing too heavy, don't want to feel too full. And yeah, make sure I'm having good time, plenty of time before. And obviously at the event themselves, I'd have some station at the start with teas and coffees, so I can always top up with some bits there. So yeah, that's probably what I'm going to do to start with. Make sure my bag's done the night before. So in a minute you'll see I've ordered a new backpack, because I didn't like that Camelback one. Yeah, it's just going to essentially be carrying things like water and snacks, and yeah, don't want to carry too much, but I want to make sure I've got enough to get me through the first stage. So I've just had a little look at the event guide as well, and I definitely need to print it out. It's got loads of useful information on that. So yeah, in terms of the start though, this is where I'm planning to do most of the running essentially. because obviously I'll be most recovered, most motivated, most well fueled and everything. So yeah, the first major rest stop, and I believe they have some 12.5k or so. But the first major one is at 25k, which is essentially 15 miles. So the plan is try and run most of that with my new backpack that hopefully I'll show you soon. Yeah, that on, and then so that's 15 miles. So I'm going to walk the hills for any of the off-roady bits, and yeah, just run really slowly, keep it really sort of relaxed. Hopefully have my pink shoes on, and yeah, I think my mum and dad are going to be at the first stop, so there'll be things like a spare pair of clothes. Hopefully it won't be raining, but I might want to change my top if I'm a little bit sweaty. But essentially that's what I'm going to do to start with. So when I do some of this proper training soon, we run to start, keep my energy going with snacks and drinks, and yeah, just try and do as much of the running as I can and much of the distance while I'm feeling as fresh as I can. And then the second stop is at, I want to say 56k, so over halfway by this stage. So yeah, there'll probably be a mix of running and walking in that one. But yeah, essentially, if I can run 15 to 25 miles, that'd be a good start. And yeah, just see how I feel essentially. So yeah, that's the plan for the start. So yeah, what will I be carrying with me? So as I was just showing you in the picture, I have 2 bottles of water. I'm planning to take some electrolyte tablets with me, but not put them in because they don't always agree with the stomach, neither do gels. So I think I'm going to keep things pretty bland. Things I like, some of biscuits, banana. I'm going to have maybe, depending on how good they feel, or how effective it feels after tomorrow, I may have a Huel bottle in one, and I said just a water in the other. But we don't want them to be too heavy anyway. As I said, there's plenty of rest stops, and for the first sort of 15 miles, I should be fine. So yeah, just don't want too much weight. But biscuits, bananas going to be in the backpack, a couple of bottles of water, and then a Huel. And then, as I said, we'll just sort of have the electrolyte tablets as and when, just in case I cramp up. I might also take my calf compression socks because I'm sure at some point I'll feel it in my legs. But yeah, as I said, I'll have mum and dad there for support. So if I need to change shoes or clothes, like socks or whatever, I'll have plasters on me and Vaseline. But if there's any sort of stuff I need, hopefully I'll be able to hold out to the rest stops. But yeah, in the next sort of, again, couple of weeks, I'll do a proper video of a kit list. I'll print that plan off and we can see what it weighs and all of that. But yeah, currently flapjacks, bananas, and plenty of water to keep me going. So we've had sofas that have been fly tipped. We've had budgies for sale on lampposts. I'd say I didn't expect to see horse poo on the seafront. So yeah, I don't even know how that would have got down there with how busy it's been with the weather being nice. So yeah, that's the next thing that I think is the weird find on a walk. So yeah, rest stop 1. How do I plan to take that? So I'll definitely go there, obviously things like the toilet and stuff. One of the bits of advice in those training plans is not to stay at the station for too long. And yeah, certainly for that first one, I'm planning to 15-20 minutes, get some fuel down me, get a little drink in, and then just keep going because I want to keep running. And the last thing you want to do is have a load of food in your stomach. So flapjacks, maybe the Huel drink based on how I find it tomorrow, and yeah, crack on really. I might need to change the top and socks so I get quite cold, and yeah, hopefully I'll be able to keep running. And then it's 56k for the rest stop 2, so there's quite a big gap here. So yeah, let's have a thought around how I plan for stage 2. Do you know, mum is good, I have to say. So obviously you saw my terrible sandwich making yesterday. My mum got back at 9:30, didn't even realise this until now. She's actually put banana in my bread, which I absolutely love banana sandwiches, by the way. So yeah, she obviously wasn't very happy with my butter skills yesterday. So yeah, this certainly looks more appetising. As I was saying, the next part of the walk is from 25k to 56k, but there is a little mid stop halfway through, but I think this is probably the most crucial part. So 31k in this stage. Again, what I'm planning to do is start running from the start of it and at least to the midpoint. So by that stage, if we're assuming that's about 40k, because roughly 15k is halfway between 31, or it's half 31ish. So, and I would have already done 25. So my mindset is try and run as much as I can, get to that point where I assume there's toilets and stuff, really stack myself up, make myself quite full, and then keep on the go so I don't stiffen up. So then hopefully by that sort of stage, I'll be able to walk the second part of that long bit. And then by the time I get to the station, the main sort of halfway stop, 56k, I can have a proper meal there, whether that's the meatballs or not, I'm not sure. But yeah, that's currently the plan. I think I'm going to need to write this down at some point. I'm literally doing this off the cuff while I'm walking, but I'm thinking it makes sense. It makes sense in my mind. Obviously, what I actually do at the major rest stop, because this is going to be the biggest one I have in the whole event. It's just over halfway. And again, I think this is going to be really important. So I'm planning to change shoes at this point. I'm planning to go into my walking shoes, provided my pink ones have been comfy. So then I've got my Sorbafane insoles, and again, any rub in these shoes don't seem to rub like the other ones. So yeah, going to pop those ones on. And then probably the big thing is obviously I'm going to really stuff myself. One thing I've really learnt recently since I've been eating more, I actually feel better if I feel really full. And I almost want to feel to the point where it's like, oh, I'm stuffed, I couldn't fit any more in, because it will just give me that energy just to get to that next stage. And then probably the way I'll go about it is stay at the station. It's a very funny car noise. Stay at the station for at least an hour, hour and a half. So again, let the food digest properly. Let my legs recover a bit. I think moving too quickly wouldn't be a worse idea. You may stiffen up, but if I've got new clothes on and keep myself warm, I think that'll just get me through that next part. So yeah, I'm going to plan to stay there for an hour and a half potentially, get myself properly fueled, change my shoes, change my clothes, get warm, and yeah, then crack on for another 44k. Sounds a bit scary, doesn't it? Just over a marathon. And the next bit is 24k essentially, so it takes me up to 80k, which essentially is 50 miles. So yeah, I'm planning to walk that whole bit, really for a number of reasons. One, because I would have been sick of running by then, and I don't think my legs are going to really want to move. But also, I'm assuming it's going to be getting quite dark and a bit colder, so I'll be able to wear more thermal layers, my hat and stuff, and obviously you've got to have a light with you. So I'm worried about twisting my ankle potentially at that stage. So because obviously it's going to be trail running and stuff, or trail terrain. So yeah, I'm going to make sure it's mainly walking by that stage, and yeah, and then hopefully keep my snacks going, manage myself up as much as I need to, and then yeah, the final push, which will be 20k, and I think I'll be quite glad to be done by that stage. Yeah, 80k, essentially the final rest stop. This is where I think the plans go out the window now. So I don't think it's worth having too much of a plan. I think the plan will be essentially just listen to your body at this stage. If I feel like I need a lot of food, eat a lot of food. If I just want to keep going, because as I said, I'll probably be desperate to finish by this stage. If I do think I need to sit down a bit longer, do that. But yeah, I think by this stage it will probably be in my mind, let's just crack on, get it done. If I can do a bit of running to get me there a little bit quicker, great. If it's just walking, if it's crawling, just try and get that last 20k done, and 12 miles, and then I'll be able to have a proper celebration at the end if I feel like it, that's for sure. But yeah, no plan for the last bit, just listen to your body, and yeah, just try and enjoy that last bit, because as I said, I'll probably miss it in the end. I'll probably really get the bug for these things and want to do another one. So yeah, let's wait and see. Final thing I really want to say is, obviously on the day I'm planning to sort of do a few live streams of it while I'm out as well, so I can share it with everyone. And yeah, just kind of said, mate, I'll make a little vlog as well, and obviously I won't be able to upload it that day, but over the sort of days after, I'll make sure I upload it, and yeah, hopefully be able to share the experience with you as much as I can. But yeah, hope you enjoyed this vlog today. As I said, it's been a longer day at work. It's a little bit harder sometimes to film these ones, but yeah, I'm hoping that plan will come to fruition. I'm going to write it all down at some point, and what we'll do over the next few days and weeks, we'll practice some of the stages and just break it down into blocks for the time being before we do a real practice soon. Anyway, catch you later.